Hey,
Hey, good morning, everybody. Dan Lopez here with episode number 10 of Lunch with Local Legends. I'm here with my very special guest, Willie Santiago. You are a
yeah,
partner of Evolution Deep Clean Carpet, Tile, and more. How you doing today?
exactly. Doing great.
All right.
And as far as being a local legend, I don't know. Maybe a legend in my own mind,
That's
but
okay.
not
That's okay. That's still be a legend. I've known Willie now for I think a couple of years.
Yeah.
I started seeing you at the Seminole Chamber,
Yes,
specifically the Lake Mary Coffee.
correct.
Yeah.
It's a great chamber to belong to, and I would recommend it to anybody who wants to grow their business.
It really is an active chamber for sure. They keep very busy and very friendly people. In fact, Willie's probably one of the friendliest, most outgoing people that I've come across so far. So I'm glad I got a chance to get to know him better and get a better chance to get to know him even better today.
Let me tell you a little bit about myself.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in New York City. So I lived on the west side of Manhattan in the Amsterdam projects. Yay, the hood. I lived there from 1959 to 1989. And it was great growing up in New York City, being right behind Lincoln Center. And so I got a chance to, take advantage of that because I would go to the New York State Theater, hear the Philharmonic. I would go to the New York City Opera to go here. I saw Carmen there, La Boheme, of course. And the Met was unfortunately out of my price range. But I would definitely take advantage of all the Broadway shows back in the 70s. It was just great being a teenager and a young adult in New York City. Even though it had a seedier character to it back then, it was fantastic.
Okay.
You had disco, you had I would go to Copacabana over on the east side. I would go after work and just dance the night away.
That sounds like you had a fun life,
yeah,
man.
It was fun up there.
So when did you move to Central Florida?
I moved here in 1989. I've been here this is my 30th year here. So
wow.
30 plus 30 will give you an idea if you do the math correctly on how old I am. But when I moved here, well, first of all, I met my wife Gigi at Fordham.
Yeah.
My whole education was within a 1 block radius, so I can tell my kids. And when I have grandkids, I could tell them, I walked to school through snow and thick and thin, and which is true. But the thing is that it was the grammar school was a block and a half away, St. Paul the Apostle. Mm-hmm. Then I went to Power Memorial High School, where Kareem Abdul-Jabbar went.
Okay. And
that was right across the street from my apartment. I could look right into the classrooms. And then I went to Fordham University, right behind Power at Lincoln Center, which is where I met my beautiful wife, Gigi, in 1981. So we've known each other for like 39 years.
So we know each other pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. She was dating a friend of mine, and then they broke up. I had nothing to do with it.
I see. Okay. But you swooped in there? How long did it take you?
It took me a while because every time I went in, she had another boyfriend. I'm like, what's going on here? Come on. And finally, a quick story. I had to tell it because it's just so funny.
Go for it.
When I first got the gumption to ask my wife out on a date,
yeah,
she goes, no, because I value our friendship too much. I'm like, oh man, no, I'm in the friend zone.
So how long did it take you to get out of the friend zone?
It felt like months. She says it was just a week later. Okay. We were setting up for a party. We were part of the Puerto Rican club at Fordham.
Yeah.
And which I am Puerto Rican.
Yep.
And
I'm part Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
And so we were setting up, and she was alone. And probably in this Me Too generation, I wouldn't have tried it. But back then, I just grabbed her and pulled her toward me, and I kissed her. And when she kissed me back, I said, I guess that you don't value our friendship any longer. Sorry, hon, I had to tell you a story. I don't know if you're watching or not, but I love you.
Hopefully she's watching.
And that was back in 1982. So We got married in '84, and this February we celebrate 35 years of
Congratulations.
wedded bliss.
Wow.
Most of the time.
I always tell people that anybody that's been married as long as you have, I say you should always consider writing a book. You're writing a book on how to have a successful relationship, because unfortunately many couples today, they don't know what it takes in order to be in it long term.
And we're still learning, trust me.
Yeah.
It's always a lot of practice involved. We have 5 beautiful children, 4 girls and 1 boy.
Nice.
And so if you want to meet my son, just go speeding down Horatio and Maitland, and he'll pull you over. And just say hello to him, Officer Santiago. And
hopefully I haven't met him yet.
Right. I have 2 of my kids. They're actually in the arts, and they've moved back to New York City.
Yeah.
And both of them sing opera and also Broadway shows. So hopefully they'll catch on. They've been part of smaller opera companies, and so I'm sure they'll do very well up there.
Very cool. Take a quick break here and say hello to Tom Hamlin and David Hill. How you guys doing? Thank you for coming on board and joining us.
Hey guys, how are you?
All right. And so yeah, well, tell us a little bit then about what you're doing here in Central Florida. You're a partner with Evolution Deep Clean Carpet, Tile, and more. So what's the more?
The more is we do pressure washing.
Yeah.
We do color restoration to carpets. We do color seal, which is a process where if you don't like the color of your grout lines, we can change the color. And it's a resin. So it actually takes the place of sealing the grout. It's guaranteed for up to 10 years.
Okay.
So you don't need to seal once you've done the color shield process.
Okay. Is the color shield similar to the process that I had done years ago to my property? It was called bulletproofing. Is it similar to that?
It probably is.
Okay.
And again, it's like a real tough resin.
Yes.
And it's an expensive process just because it's a lot of hands and knees work.
And you can change the color from dark to light, light to dark.
Exactly.
Okay.
Funny story is we did a grout job to friends of ours who moved into a house, and the grout line was black. By the time we finished and we got all the black off, the grout line was peach. And that was the complaint. I said, oh my God, the color's awful. So
they prefer the dirty color.
Exactly. It look better in black.
That's hilarious. So did you end up changing the color then for them, or?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, she's still living with it. Because it is costly. But when I moved from New York, and when I lived in New York, I worked for American Express.
Okay.
So I was a travel agent with them, and it was great. I had an office on the east side, on 62nd and Lexington, and then eventually I moved to the Bloomingdale's office, which was fantastic. And I even got a store discount, so all the buyers would let me know when all the kid clothes are going on sale.
Okay.
And so I would make a killing.
Nice.
And so it was great working for American Express. I worked for them when I moved here. I worked for them for 10 years. Mm-hmm. And the reason how I got involved in the cleaning industry.
That was going to be my next question.
Exactly. Right? I'll jump right to it. Was they said, well, the cost of living is lower here in Central Florida.
Sure.
And but coming from city housing, I had my electricity covered, I had my water covered. I didn't own a car because I walked everywhere. I was 30 years old when I got my driver's license. Wow. Because like I said, in Manhattan, my whole education, I walked to work.
Yeah.
When I worked for American Express, it was faster for me to walk across Central Park South to Bloomingdale's rather than wait for a bus that gets stuck in traffic or take the train, where I had to go down to Grand Central Station, take the shuttle over to the east side, and then another train up. So it's like, so I didn't own a car.
Yeah.
And so when I came into the Winter Park DMV, they go, you're 30 years old, you don't know how to drive? Where have you been? I'm like, yeah, well, hey.
Well, it's funny. You and I grew up kind of close. I grew up in New Jersey, but I grew up in the south part of New Jersey. So completely different world from my experience. I mean, I grew up in the Pines, where everything was a minimum half-hour drive. So yeah, you had to have a car.
Isn't that where the New Jersey Devils from?
Yes.
Yeah, the Puns.
It's funny you mentioned that. You can go to New Jersey, go to some of the state parks, and you can get the Jersey Devil shirts.
Right, right. Well, you and me are mortal enemies because we have them. I'm a Mets fan,
Yeah.
so you must be a Philly fan.
I am a Philly
Eagles
fan.
fan,
Eagles fan,
but I'm a
yes.
Jets fan, so all my teams suck. The Jets, the Mets, the Knicks. We're going for that number one lottery pick again. The Islanders. Well, we had a good sweep back in the '80s.
Right.
I was
A long time since then, yeah.
I was 9 years old when the Jets won, and the Knicks, and the Mets. Well, the Mets won in 1986, but that's already like 33 years ago. Oh my God.
Yeah. You start putting dates to it, but shoot.
Right. It seems like just the other day, I was at a networking event, and the instructor goes, "You guys remember everything, but who remembers who won the '86 World Series?" I'm like, "The Mets, the Mets." They go, okay, all right, ruin my thunder.
We had a few more people that have joined us here. James Stern, Jim Stern, as I know him, Rich Richards. Hey, how you doing? Anthony Garcia, Dawn Krause.
Oh, Dawn, she wants me to join the Leadership Seminole.
Do it. It is
No, they're going to kick me out if I join. I know it. Dawn knows I'm trouble. And Mike Krieger's in there too. Hey, Mike, what's going on? Mike's from Jersey.
Oh, I go, Mike. And we got Tabitha, and we got Tim, we got Maria Napolitano. Thanks everybody for coming on board. I really
Hopefully we'll give you a few laughs here.
Dawn was on last week, and she told us all about Leadership Summit. I don't know if you had a chance to see that or not, but
I did. Dawn is awesome.
Yeah, she really is. Do the program.
And,
I highly recommend it. I think you'll get a lot out of it.
I think she'll kick me out. I know she will.
She will.
Yeah, she will.
She'll make you rise
too much. Dawn, I love you.
It looks like Michael is saying, "Go Willie, legend." All right, there we
go. Man, the legend in my own mind again. So what happened was, back to the cleaning stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when they lowered my salary, I'm like, oh my God, I've got, we had a house that we moved into.
Yeah.
It was funny because the house was waiting for us. It was on the market for a week.
Yeah.
I walked into the Winter Park Realty land company with my wife back in the spring of '89.
Okay.
We go, we want to buy a house in Winter Park because my sister moved here a year before. She scouted out everything for us. She said there are A-rated schools there. So we told her, I said, but we only have 75 to 90 that we can afford. And she sort of like, it's going to be tough. And the second house that she took us to,
that was the one.
Was right down the block from Lakemont Elementary.
Okay.
It was a 1,200 square foot house. Mind you, that coming from a 800 square foot, 3-bedroom apartment,
right?
This was like, oh my God, look at all this space. Look at the backyard. Wow. And of course, we had 3 children when we left New York. There were 4, 2, and 1, or close to it. My memory's fuzzy. And then, Gigi, if you're watching, just send me a message. And then in 1990 and 92, we added the Florida girls, as they're known, Amanda and Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
And
the Florida girls.
So they all walked to school, Lakemont Elementary.
Yeah.
They went to Maitland Middle School,
mm-hmm.
and they went to Winter Park High School.
Okay.
And
I think back then Mr. Rogers still lived there, didn't he?
I don't know. I don't think so. But a lot of them went to school with Dawn Krause's kids. So
okay.
They might have, they were involved with chorus and baseball and basketball. So Gigi and we were running all over the place most of the time.
So coming from New York then, yeah, I mean, going from 800 square feet to 1,200 must have just been incredible.
It was. It was like all this space.
Probably didn't have enough items to fill up the area.
Exactly.
Whereas when you're coming from South Jersey, we're used to having basements.
Right.
And you don't find basements in
Right.
All of a sudden you're having to downsize. Get rid of all the stuff that you used to be able to store into the basement area. So.
Well, heck, and when I was in the projects, if something went wrong with the plumbing, hey, super, come up and fix this. They come up and fix it.
Yep.
Here is like, oh shit, the plumber. Oh, never mind. Excuse my French. No, you call it the plumber. It's like $400. It's like, oh my God. So I learned plumbing real quick. So all that, all these expenses added up.
Right.
And so, you have to have car insurance, mortgage insurance, and so on and so on.
Right.
So my brother-in-law, he had a cleaning company that he owned.
Oh.
So he sold me 3 of his smaller contracts, so I can do work a couple nights a week and on the weekends to make ends meet.
Yeah.
So in 1999, my wife got a job at our church that we attend. We've been attending ever since, St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church.
Excellent.
Over in Goldenrod.
Yeah.
And so in 2000, I said, let me take the chance. And I left American Express after 17 years with them.
Yeah.
And because I needed to make more money for the kids, and they were getting to be of college age pretty soon.
And you did.
And I did.
Good.
And so it worked out well. I mean, from American Express, I actually made a great connection because I was involved with corporate travel.
Yeah.
I would handle the travel for all the executives from Bombardier. And one of those executives left, and she would call me up to do her personal travel, which I did as a favor.
Yeah.
And she turned out she got a job with Ryland Homes. And she called me up when I told her I was leaving. She goes, well, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm going to develop my cleaning company to have. Well, would you be interested in cleaning a model house? I go, yeah, sure, why not? So I filled out the paperwork to work with Ryland Homes, and it was, oh my God, it was like a book this thick of insurance that I needed to fill out for them. And so I was doing the first house, and it was like $50 I was making. So I was like, man, I'm shelling all this money on insurance. And she goes, don't worry, William, hang in there. And sure enough, I did such a good job. They kept on giving me houses, and they had 2 other cleaning companies. And by the end of my first year there, they got rid of the other 2 companies they had and used me exclusively, basically for 10 years.
So when you first started the company, what was it called?
It was called Santiago Cleaning Service.
And then at some point you switched it over to
Insta-Dry? No, actually what happened was after, so that was from 2000, that I developed it, till 2017, I had it. And so I just got tired of running the business and doing the work. So I had an accident. I was working on a roof and I slipped off it.
Oh.
And so I fell 13 feet. Luckily, I fell on my side, and the good thing is I fell on concrete, but I have a hard head. And I fell sideways. So my son, I said, oh my God, I hope I'm not paralyzed because I play basketball. Yeah. So I said, man, I want to play basketball again. So I walked to the front of the house. I said, all right, I'm not paralyzed. I'm fine. Yeah. And then my son came and picked me up, took me to the ER. Mm-hmm. They did an MRI. They did x-rays. They said, well, nothing's broken. You can go home. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in pain. I need drugs. So they did give me some drugs, which I took just a little bit of. And I'll tell you how the chamber works, because I had met Don, actually Andrew was representing Insta-Dry at the time at the Seminole Chamber. Okay. They had joined, I've been part of Seminole Chamber since 2008.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I was pretty, I developed relationships over the years. Mm-hmm. And then this other company comes on, Insta-Dry, and they're using the same exact dry cleaning method that I'm using.
Oh, all right.
And I said, hey, there's plenty of carpet out there to be cleaned. So, so I talked to them, became friends. And when I had my accident, I'm like, Don, hey, can you help me out here, man? I can't work for a couple months until I get better.
He took over your accounts for
Yeah, and he did a great job. And so I only had one employee at the time. Mm-hmm. And so when he decided to leave, and so I called up Don. I said, Don, why don't you hire me? And, if I do a job, you give me most of the money. And if you do the job, you give me a commission. And we shook on it. And so I've been part of Insta-Dry for 2 years.
Okay.
And now the main reason we did the name change.
When did the name change take place?
It officially January 1st.
Oh, okay. So it worked. It just
So,
pays into it now.
exactly.
So
So
I was getting a little confused.
Evolution
doing my
Deep
homework.
Clean. I did
finally
my
fixed the
song.
dry.
Yeah, it's the dry. But I sang my song at Altamont this morning. So if you want to hear me sing, come to Altamont. And if you don't want to go to the meeting and hear me sing, don't go. No, just come. Don't. We have fun at the meetings.
But take a quick break here. We got Karen Reborn who joined us, Kim Meredith Hampton, and Bob Reese. Thank you very much for coming on board as well, guys.
And Karen Rayborn. Hey, Karen, what's going on?
We got a couple of property managers on here that I'm sure that might interest you.
Oh, we love property
I
managers.
bet you do.
Oh boy, I tell you what, we've been doing. The main reason we changed to Evolution Deep Clean.
Yeah.
We changed our carpet cleaning methods.
Yeah.
We went from using the hose system, which was a completely dry system, which worked great. It's a great, it works great in certain situations.
Right.
But in certain situations, you really need the heavy muscle. And we've invested in a top of the line truck mount. We have a Sapphire Scientific 870, and this baby just sucks all the dirt out of the carpet.
Oh, yeah?
So when we go in there, it's like if you replace the carpet, you'll see all the dirt, all the sand that's well, this baby will take it out. I mean, we've been doing great work. We went into a house yesterday, or 2 days ago. I posted the pictures on Facebook. You'll see it on my Facebook page as well as the Evolution Deep Clean page.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the house was trashed, and we went in there. They were thinking about replacing the carpet because they're putting the house up for sale.
All right.
The estate is. And they said, well, do you think you can do anything with the carpet? I said, we can get it looking pretty good. And I mean, when we were done with it, we charge extra money for it, but it saved them a few $1,000s.
I guess it's a little bit cheaper to clean a carpet if you can.
Exactly.
Rather than having to put up the cost of replacing out the whole thing.
Correct.
You can get another year or two or five.
Definitely, at least another couple of years out
Nice.
of it.
Very good.
And they were quite happy. They paid us right on the spot, which made me even happier.
Right.
And so it's a great system. It's a steam system.
Mm-hmm.
And so we pre-clean. It's a 7-step process. So you don't want to hear me talk about it. It's kind of boring. But we pre-clean.
Actually, some people might appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I know. We use it's a hybrid that we go in and we'll suck out with the giant brushes at the bottom of the machine. We'll suck out all the dirt first.
Yeah.
Then we treat the stains, and then we go in and with the steam and just go at it. And
Are there any materials or types of carpet that you have to be careful with when cleaning it?
we're careful
With
with
such a powerful device?
we're careful with Berber,
Berber, okay.
and but most of the time it does a great job.
Yeah.
I would say all the time.
Okay.
Especially with traffic patterns, with the steam machine, they really come out.
Okay.
And so we've done a couple frat houses,
Okay.
and the owners have told us, "Oh my God, these carpets look better than the day we first put them in."
Okay.
And so the system has been pretty successful.
Well, from a property management standpoint, when I'm talking to investors, I usually tell them, when you put it together, what's called a pro forma, which is it's an outline, a summary of what your annual expenses or monthly or annual expenses are going to be
Right.
for your investment property. And if the property happens to have carpet, I say, well, just plan on replacing out your carpet about once a year. Now that's ends up being a under promise, over deliver
Right.
concept, because hopefully you shouldn't have to replace that out every year. But if you plan for it, budget for it, you determine your investment on the property based on those numbers,
Mhm.
you just come out better because of
Right.
it. So that's speaking as a property manager. Now, somebody who is just living in their home generally, let's just say 1,500 to 2,500 square foot house. How often would you suggest that they should have you come out and clean the carpets?
Now the carpet is the number one filter
Okay.
of the air in
Right.
your house. That's why, to keep the carpets cleaner, the cleanest carpets that I've seen are houses where they take off their shoes
Okay.
and leave it by the side of the door. Those are always the cleanest carpets. They still need to be cleaned
Right.
at least once a year.
Once a year. Okay.
Yeah, just to get, especially if you have allergies, because it helps suck out all those allergens
Okay.
and purify the air as well.
Speaking of allergens, how do you deal with that? Some customers, I'm sure, are much more sensitive to allergens than others. Maybe even some of the cleaning products that you use that they could have issues with. So how do you handle that?
All the cleaning products that we use are biodegradable.
Okay.
And they're pet friendly, they're child friendly.
Okay.
And I don't recall any small pets being killed or anything like that. But speaking to a property manager, I mean, we can come in and set up management programs.
Okay.
Like for the carpets, we can. It's basically turnkey because we can go in, do the first clean before the renter moves in.
Gotcha.
After 6 months, we can go in and clean the carpets again.
Okay.
And then after the year, we'll do another clean. So you're really extending the life of your carpet. So say if the cost of replacing your carpet is like $2,000, and you're getting it cleaned twice a year for like $500, and you're extending the life. So if you're replacing a carpet every year, so multiply that by 5 years, you're spending like $10,000.
Okay.
Whereas you spend like $250 every time you get it cleaned with us. You're spending half to not even a quarter of the price.
So does cleaning the carpet more frequently extend the life of the carpet?
It does.
Okay.
It does, because it helps revive the fibers.
All right.
And again, it keeps the pad clean, and again, it reduces the threat of mold and all that stuff.
Okay. Now I haven't asked you this yet, and I might catch you off guard. I apologize if I do, but do you do any kind, like some carpets come with like stain master?
Oh, of course.
And so do you
we
apply that?
We apply that if the customer requests it.
Okay.
And we have products. We just got a price increase from our distributor, so the prices for adding protectant to the carpets is a little bit more expensive now.
Okay. I just want to say, looks like Errol Castro joined us. My wife Tina joined us. Christina Nelson joined us. Todd Tallman joined us. Andrea Sorsi joined us.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Thanks for coming on board. Definitely appreciate it. If anybody has any questions for Willie at all, feel free to type it in there. We'll try to make sure that we get it addressed for you right away.
And then we also do to keeping your house clean, we also do upholstery cleaning.
Okay.
Where if you run like a black light over your sofa, there's stuff in there, because that's where most people sit down and eat and all that stuff.
Right.
So that's another definite item that would need to be taken care of on an annual basis.
Okay.
Especially the couch where most people sit.
Okay, so we talked about the Evolution Deep Clean Carpet Tile. We dress carpet, we dress tile. The more, so that would be like the furniture or grout cleaning.
Exactly, and then we add with the sealant or with the color seal.
Okay. Anything else that goes into that more?
Yes, carpet repair.
Carpet repair. Okay, tell us about that.
If you have a dog or a pet. And if you're trying to sell a house, you could tell where pets have been because they'll like gnaw corners and have small tears. So we can repair it, take a piece from like a closet where nobody sees, and then attach it to that and repair it that way.
Excellent. Okay.
And we also do color mats. Say if you spill, heaven forbid, bleach on your carpet. There's no way any amount of cleaning will get that out.
Right.
Exactly. So we've got a process called color repair.
All right.
And so we can match the carpet and make it look like the rest of the carpet.
Very cool. All right. So if somebody wants to have any of these services done, how do they go about doing it?
Just call me at 407-538-7159 or send me a message on Facebook. Or visit the Seminole Chamber of Commerce. I'm also part of the East Orlando Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, okay. You can catch me there.
I haven't been to that one, so I don't know anything about the chamber. So you've been part of it. Let's talk about the chamber a little bit then. You've been part of them since, you said, 2008?
2008.
Okay. And
it's been a great ride. And I've seen the chamber, the go down and up. But now the last, I could say, 5 years, it's been steadily on the upswing.
Okay.
It started with David Grainer as a sales, and then his replacement, Christy O'Leary.
Yeah.
And no, is it Peacock now? I forget. What's that? Sorry, Christy. Christy's awesome. We love you. O'Leary, right? Yeah, it's Christy O'Leary. Yeah, because Dan O'Leary.
I'm seeing O'Leary.
Yeah. And but the chamber is all the meetings are vibrant. You know, you go to, if you belong to Seminole Chamber of Commerce, you go this morning at Altamont Springs at the coffee club there was packed.
Right.
We had to add tables.
Now I haven't gone. That's the only one I haven't gone to yet. That's in the morning, right?
Yes.
That's similar to the Lake Mary one.
Similar.
Okay.
But it's got a totally different feel to it.
Yeah.
It's sort of well, no, you have to go. You have to go to experience it. And
at the Lake Mary one, when you have to Lake Mary one, you can they give everybody an opportunity, whether you're a guest or already a member, whether you're paying or not paying that
right.
for that particular meeting, to get up and talk a little bit about yourself, talk a little bit about your business. That they allow the same opportunity there at Altamont.
They do.
Okay.
Today we had so many people there. Everybody got a chance to talk about their business. You give your name, your title, and the company you're working for, and 5 words to describe your
5 words. Okay.
Right.
Every time they do that, then I got to start thinking about it. Okay.
Yeah. Making America's homes great again. Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I said. Somebody said I should have been making America's homes clean again. Which is true. That works.
Yeah, that works. That absolutely does.
And but Lake Mary Coffee Club is next Tuesday morning, 7:30 to 9 at Holy Cross.
I plan on being there.
And again, it's a lot of fun. Free coffee. Just show up. Tell them Willie sent you. It's on me.
They usually have muffins and stuff like that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so
They do.
You can show up hungry and get that satisfied.
Yeah, but don't let Rich Massa hear you saying that. Rich Massa's my coach.
Rich was
I
here.
know.
Actually, he was last week.
And Don
was
right.
the week before. Exactly. Yeah. It's funny. I was talking to Rich, and I told him, I know you go to these events, but it seems like whenever I go to one, you're not there, and when you go, that's when I have to miss it.
Well, he was at Altamont this morning.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah. So he should be at Lake Mary next week. And then I know he does stuff with Toastmasters as well, so
cool.
He can't be in. They also fall on Tuesday. But and then we have the River View Council that meets at the zoo in Sanford.
Yeah.
And that's also they do a great job of hosting us.
Haven't gone that one.
And Dino, you're the man. So he hooks us up, and MC Catering. Puertorriqueño, and they did a breakfast que era con chuleta, bistec, arroz con gandula. It was incredible. I'm like, for breakfast, this was awesome.
That sounds incredible.
I ate breakfast that morning. I was like, oh my God, I rolled out of there. He did such a great job. And they do catering too. So
they do it every time?
Yeah. Oh. But not the bistec. He'll go broke if he does that every time.
Okay, well, I better start going to that one then.
And then what's the other? Oh, Castleberry, which is called South Seminole, which we meet at the Rhythm and Smooth over right in front of the Home Depot. And that's once a month. It's a fun event.
What time is that?
They're all from 7:30 to 9.
Okay, that's the morning one also.
Yeah.
Well, the Longwood one, that
oh, that's right, they're not.
That's in the
You made a liar out of me. That one meets from 11:30 to 1. Longwood Lunch and Learn, and Mike Brockman runs that.
And you sit on leadership for the chamber, right?
I do not. I'm an ambassador for them.
But isn't that well, I guess
yeah,
sort of.
Yeah, I'm no leader. They will let me find. Get out of here, you bum.
How long have you been working as an ambassador?
It's funny because when they first asked me to become an ambassador in like 2010, they gave me this form. I'm like, I don't do paperwork. So for the longest, and then Nikki Kay, who was in charge of us back then, or Kim Paletti, they go, oh, come on, you got to be in. We'll fill out the form for you. I said, oh, okay. That's how I joined.
Yes.
I don't do stinking paperwork. No.
Well, as you can tell, the Seminole Chamber is definitely a lot
Right.
of fun. They got a lot going on for sure.
And then next Thursday, we have an after hours.
Yeah, the after hours, yeah.
From 5:30 to 7. Where is it, do you know? I don't know. Go
Signed up for it,
seminolebusiness.org
yeah.
and go to events, and it's always a lot of fun.
I think it's local. I think it's
Yeah.
in Lake Mary or Sanford.
Yeah, I think so this week. So if any of you out there know,
Tell us.
yeah, let us know so we can let everybody else know. And then, of course, there's Seminole Tech, which is the
Yes.
first Wednesday of the month. I go to that, and it's pretty interesting.
I've gone to a few of those.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times it's over my head.
Right.
Other times it's a lot of fun. I went to the one where they taught you how to make beer.
Right, right.
To one where they
You went
taught
for the samples.
Yes. It was like the Sanford Brewing Company.
Right.
Was the one that kind of came in and they gave the class on it. It was really interesting. And actually ended up learning where the Sanford Brewing Company was and became a patron.
Nice.
And then I went to one on drones. Did you go to that one?
Yes, I was there for that. That was
cool.
awesome.
That was a good one. I learned a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Not just drones. They talked about flying cars and
Yeah.
when we're going to be seeing flying cars like as part
Right.
of our normal lives. It's going to be
Right.
within our lives. That's the
Exactly,
part.
like the Jetsons.
Like the Jetsons. Yes.
Now in Seminole Tech, all of them are over my head. Oh my God. I'm like, what? But then they have pizza. Oh, Rich, I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
Pizza.
They have free
and
pizza
beer.
and
Yes,
beer.
yes.
So that's one reason to go. And it's free.
And it's not in the morning. It's after
Plus you get a chance to network.
Yeah.
And I've met a lot of great clients there. And so every opportunity. Chamber U is another part of the chamber.
Right.
That you should go. If you're part of the Seminole Chamber of Commerce, you always go to Chamber U because even if that's where you meet all the new members and get a chance to network with all the new members.
Right.
Which is what I do.
See, I still consider myself a new member. I've been doing it now this has gone on I think my third year. But
Yeah.
my first year, I went to 2 events. One I think was the Lake Mary breakfast.
Mhm.
And then the other one was the Christmas party at the end of the
Right.
year. So I didn't really get a lot of value.
Yeah.
And then, so last year I told myself, okay, I'm gonna actually the year
Right.
before last year I told myself, okay, I'm gonna make a commitment. I'm gonna go to more events, get to know more people, and that's where I started meeting people like Will.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, it's been great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love meeting you guys.
Well, it's an awesome organization.
Mhm.
Meet very good people. I haven't met anybody I dislike yet. So
No, there are a couple.
a couple.
Rich Master. No, I'm only kidding, Rich. I'm picking on you. You deserve it.
Hey, it looks like Evelyn Fisher came on board. Hey, Evelyn, how you doing? Joseph Cornett, thank you very much. Lindsay, thank you. for
Lindsay
coming on board.
Heisley, she just joined the chamber with
Did
her
she?
husband Adam last week.
Okay.
They own Soft Wash Exterior. What's the name of it again? Hey, Lindsay, Soft Wash. Come on, you type in your full name. This way I'll know. I'll plug you. I'll plug you right here. And they do roof cleaning, which is something I don't do because I do pressure washing.
Right.
Like I'll do like pool
You don't
enclosures.
pressure wash your roof, right?
Yeah, no, not anymore. If I fall off a roof and kill myself, my wife will kill me.
Yeah, you don't want to go through that.
Yeah.
Once hitting your head on concrete once.
Exactly. Lindsay and Adam, trust me, you get all of my roof cleaning jobs. But driveways and sidewalks, I'll take care of those. All right.
I want to make sure that you get your value out of coming in here today because I really appreciate it. So,
Mhm.
what makes you and your company different from other cleaning companies that we might come across?
Well, our guys are experts.
Okay.
Wait, I had it here on my phone because it's IRCRC. Let me see here. They're textile. They've taken these classes, and IICRC stands for the Institute of Inspection, Cleaning, and Restoration Certification.
Okay.
So that means they've taken it's almost a week-long course.
All right.
And so you learn all about the different textiles, the different stains in the carpets.
Right.
So when we go in to clean a carpet and we know what that stain is, we know how to get rid of it.
Okay.
And
Well, it's like anything else. It's science, right?
exactly.
Okay.
So we're experts in our field.
Mhm.
And I think what sets us apart is nobody's perfect.
Sure.
And so when we do make mistakes, we'll go back and fix it.
Okay.
And
So you guarantee your work.
exactly.
Nice.
And the guys love what they're doing because there's nothing better. For me, I love pressure washing because I see the finished product right there.
Mm-hmm.
When I go in and get all those acorn stains out of driveways and leave it white, hey, this is great, awesome. And then the client's happy, I'm happy. And so it's just instant gratification.
Okay.
And so that's how the guys are. They go in and we clean carpets and we do the tile and grout. Nothing better than seeing like the tile come out brand new or having your carpet look brand new after thinking you're having to rip it out and replace it.
Looks better, smells better. It's
right.
Overall better.
So if you're thinking about ripping out your carpet, give us a shot. Save you thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it's worth it, right? I mean, just to see if you can get a couple more years out of it at the very least, maybe even more. Okay, so for my property manager friends and realtor friends out there, they're going to, of course, want me to ask you this or these three questions. Are you licensed?
No.
No. Okay.
What's that?
Of course, the answer is yes. Are you
Don, one time my partners are like, say no, cut. Well, licensed, bonded, and insured.
Licensed, bonded,
right?
And insured. All right. And you added the fourth one in there already. You guarantee your work. So,
exactly.
Right there. I mean,
so
that's important to us.
And just being part of the chamber makes us we have to do a good job because. I get up, I want to hear those recommendations.
Right.
And it's referrals. We work basically off of referrals. And we don't do any Google advertising or anything like that.
Nice.
Basically, the advertising we do is me showing up to all the meetings and then referrals. Okay. And it's our biggest accounts are from people we know. From other cleaning companies, Dan Ramirez, she's given me us great accounts. Her company cleans Frontline building over on International Parkway.
Okay, yeah.
And they also do Remington College. And she's gotten us in there to repeatedly clean their carpets.
Nice.
And so as long as we do a good job, we need that repeat revenue. And this way I can make more money to feed my kids. And well, I don't need to feed my kids. I just need to feed myself. They're adults. The youngster's 26.
But we're coming up on the 1 o'clock hour. I think it's.
Oh my God!
I've had a lot of fun.
Wow,
I don't know about you.
This is great.
But before you go, I just wanted to give you another opportunity to let everybody know how they can get in touch with you. I did tag your company in the post, so they can reach directly out to you through Facebook. But yeah, give me your website. Tell me your phone number again. And,
sure, it's 407-538-7159 is my cell phone, and just look on our link, and you can go to the Evolution. Deep Clean page on Facebook. Oh, and Lindsay says Champion Soft Wash.
Champion Soft Wash.
So if you need a roof clean, you go to Champion Soft Wash. Don't call me because I'm not getting up there.
I see a past customer of mine, Wendy Oliveto, popped up on here. Thank you very much for I like that emoji. And Shane, hey Shane, how you doing?
Shane, what's going on? Now my wife got her car from Shane over at the dealership, and it was great experience. Shane picked out the first car and with all the bells and whistles, and she loved it, and it was like in less than 2 hours. We were in and out of
everything that.
So Shane's awesome.
Everything that I hear about how he handles himself is good. So it's excellent.
And then did I tell you that my favorite color is red?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why?
No, I don't know. Just being silly. Well, when I think of red, it's very passionate color.
Okay.
And then all I can think of is my wife's red lipstick and how much I want to. Never mind. That's a different show. That's a different topic.
That's for our Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
Well, it's been a real pleasure having you.
All right.
Thank you, everybody who came on board and gave us your time and attention. Really appreciate it. And have a great weekend, everybody.
Take care. It was fun.